All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to review finding the slope of a line. This is going to be part of our algebra review because we will be needing to use some of this during our Unit 2 assignments and activities. First thing we need to remember is how to identify which kind of slope it is. So I've got the pictures here. I'll need you to pause the video and draw these. Notice I am using the graph paper because we are going to have some graphs. Plus we'll draw some tables. It'll be easier with graph paper. So pause it and make sure that you draw these. I suggest that you use different colors so it's a little bit easier to see. We remember that if we're going up the hill, we always go left to right when reading. If we go up the hill, we're going positive. If we're coming down the hill, we're going negative. 0 is going to be a straight line, horizontal, parallel with your x-axis. Your undefined is going to go vertically. It's going to be parallel to your y-axis. Now, when we look at what we're going to draw over here is Mr. Slope Guy, which several of you probably have already seen. Mr. Slope Guy, we're going to draw a face. So here's his head. We represent his, I'm going to use the same colors, his eyebrows. His left eyebrow over here going upward is a positive slope. His left, well, I guess it's his left, but it's what we're looking at, the right side. His eyebrow goes downward, and this is a negative. He's kind of winking. And I'll go in the order of what I have up here. Our 0 slope is going to represent his mouth down here. And then we put 2 little zeros over here, kind of represent dimples. And then last but not least, you have his nose. So we have the bridge of his nose coming down, and then we have a little U to represent undefined, and that's where the tip of his nose is located. Okay, so that's just a quick review. Now this next section is going to go very, very quickly, so pause and write down what you need. I already have 2 graphs shown. We're going to talk about how to find the slope if you're given a line on a graph. So the first thing is if you're given a line on the graph, you're going to need to locate 2 very clean points. Okay, so I don't have it drawn on here because I want to actually label the points first. Be a little bit easier for us through this process. Your first point we're going to put at +1, +3 up here. And your second point is going to be at -1, -1. And the reason we're putting the points first is just so it's easier for you guys to draw this. That is supposed to be light blue. Sorry, it didn't come out that way. And we're going to have a line that goes through these points. So we remember that slope is represented by the letter M. And when dealing with the graph, we do our rise over run. So we're looking at our rise over our run with your graph. Your rise is always going to be up and down, okay, and that's what you want to start with, whether you go up or whether you go down. So you always, again, start from the left, going to the right. Rise, start at your leftmost point. We're going to notice that we are going up. We're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. So your rise is 4. And then from there, we're going to run 1, 2. So we have 4 over 2. This is not accepted because it is not simplified or reduced. So in the end, whenever we simplify this, the slope of this line comes out to a +2. Okay, again, go back, rewind if you need to. Pause it, get it written down, rewatch it. The second one, we're going to go ahead and place a point at -3, +1. And we're going to place a point at +2, -1. And we'll connect these with a line, just the best we can. Get a ruler if you want. And we're going to remember our rise over run. So M for slope is going to equal our rise over our run. So now we go and we find our rise. Again, always start at the furthest left point. I'm going to notice I'm not rising, so this is going to be a little different. Now I'm going to fall 2 places. What that means is I'm going towards the negative, so I'm going to have a -2 over. When I run, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no simplifying to do, but what you notice is That -2, if either one of those is negative, it makes the whole thing negative. So our slope is a -2/5. And you can also match these lines with what you see up here, positive and negative. Okay, and that's how to find it from a graph using your Rice Every Year Run.